some of the cuts is the guys who made it for John Beecher. How much did his ability to play on the penalty kill help him make this team?
I would be lying if that was not the case, and you're right. He gives us another extra element we might need on the kill and also on face-offs. So, and that's why we decided he's still on the roster. Yeah.
And Jeffrey VL, what were some of the elements that he brought that made you want to keep him up here?
Yeah, no, that was again. It's not just my decision; it was a group decision, and yeah, there's some hard ones, there's some easier ones, but we felt like he did his job exactly the way we wanted him to play and also to be. Did his job exactly in game one and game two, and yeah, so he's probably not right now. He's probably not a regular, but he will be. He's a good guy to have to throw it in some games and play some tough opponents.
He said it was only the second time he's broken camp with an NHL team. How good do you feel just for a guy like that that's really grinded it out to be able to tell him he's made the team?
Yeah, it's always nice. These guys work so hard and they all have dreams, trust me, and now it kind of comes real a little bit. And but again, it was him who did it. That's why for us it was an easy decision, and yeah, the timing was right too, probably. But no, I really liked what I saw, and not just on the ice, but also he's a tremendous guy. Guys like him in the room because he comes in and just does his job and works, and that's all what we want.
On the other side of the coin, a guy like Matej Blumel gets sent down. What didn't he do enough of for you to make this team?
No, all those guys, the Blumel, the Steves, they came in, and don't forget they scored a lot of goals in the past, right? I know it was in the minors, but that's why we got them in here a little bit. It's hard for those kids to come in because they know the pressure. It's not easy. I also thought game 3 for them, 3-4, they loosen it up a little bit, and all of a sudden they play actually better. But the time was running out, and all those guys, just probably didn't give us enough scoring threat, enough offense, what we wanted to be. But it doesn't mean they're done. The message today, we talked to all of them today, just to go down there and whatever it is. And the work doesn't stop, right? You want to be ready because I'm pretty sure that the opportunity will come again for those guys, and I just want to make sure they're going to be ready when they get the call up.
How do you feel like Tanner Jeannot has grown into his role this training camp, especially being paired on that line with Fraser Mitten?
No, really good. I know Tanner. Guys like to play him because he's plays a simple way, the hard way, up and down. I feel like he feels very comfortable already in this group, in this town, in the city. It's this organization, and now we threw him in to kill as well. So no, he's been great. It's just an off the ice leadership wise. What I hear, he's stepping up too. So it's not always easy for a young guy to come in, but there's no surprise for me because that's what I saw in the last few years in LA.
On Saturday, Fraser Mitten was asked in intermissions just about how he was adjusting to the systems. It's not a direct quote, but he said something along the lines like, if you blindfolded us, I think everyone on the team could draw it on the board. So showing a lot of confidence that they understand it, they've picked it up. Do you feel the same way? Do you feel like everyone's finally where you need them to be in understanding what you wanted to get across?
Yes, I did, and but we also it's just a starting point, I would say, and that was the message been out the last few weeks. That was actually the message this morning, the way we want to play and not. Yeah, are we there yet? Probably not, but we want to change our identity again, and and it has to start, with the guys in here. So I'm glad he knows what's going on. I'm glad he got the message. That means hopefully the rest of the guys too.
Marco, for a guy like David Pasternak or even Geeky, Lindholm, top guys, like how much allowance is there for going outside the system or doing something different? Freedom for those kind of guys.
I always start with the big guys because the big guys, they have to lead. And you guys been around here too long enough. And if a Bergeron didn't do it, or Krejci, or Jara, the other guys will not do it either. So I'm a big believer that those guys have to lead the way. Is a guy like Pastor someone special? Yes, absolutely. I don't want to get out of him some things he does what other guys can't do. I think I've been around long enough when to grab them and not. But in general, but overall, those guys got to lead the way. And because otherwise it won't work.
We'll see what happens at 2 o'clock, but was there much discussion on keeping 3 goalies?
No, really.
No.
I don't think there's a reason, I'll be honest. We know Mikey's an excellent goalie. We don't want to lose him. But the other 2 guys were great, and no, it wasn't.
Marco, it seemed like there was an emphasis on one-on-one battles throughout camp, whether it was rotating against the boards or the breakaway drills. Is that something that's always been a part of you, and how does that translate to game action?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a good question. Yes, it is. I always love the battle. I feel like when you battle, I got this more than anything from probably Daryl Sutter and Claude Julien. You can do the flow drills and all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't. We talk about structure. That's where you lose structure too a lot of times, and I think those battle drills will remind you that you need to work really hard every shift, every day to have success. And I always liked it. I think players like it too. I know they complain and it's hard, but I think they like it.
Lastly, how do you look at that second line right now with Zacha, Middlestad, and Arvidsson? Is that a line that you look at and say, it's going to be a lot of ozone just because of their skill sets and maybe some of the things you mentioned after Saturday,
Yeah.
like the Middlestad turnover, for example?
Yeah.
Is that a line you're going to have to manage in terms of usage or deployment?
Yeah, no, you got to give those guys a chance to see if it works or not. Game 2 was definitely better than Game 1. We need another scoring line, not just the first line. I think that we need some other lines to step up, and that line is one of them. They scored the other night, so that's good. But also be responsible, in our end. So I don't really have to worry about. They will play against top lines, so that's another big area. So it's almost they got to do it all without maybe the big pressure scoring like a number 1 line. It doesn't matter here or in a different team. So for me, no, they're big. They're big. We rely on them. We have a lot of new faces and young kids, and those are the guys who have to carry us.